哎，嗨，各位大家，不好意思哦，我现在才发现我们在这里。大家有听到我的声音吗？
有。
哎，下次可以请大家先开始就好，不用等我，因为这是
OK
学生的活动，就是需要等我没关系。那你
啊，
OK，sorry for being late. I didn't realize it's today. I thought it's next Tuesday. So I checked my calendar. I put the wrong date. I thought it's next Tuesday. Anyway, then please start then. Who's going to talk today? So who is going to what did you plan to do today? Yeah.
We prepared a presentation where a meeting. 等一下。
It's okay. Take it easy
Yes.
then.
Okay.
Today I thought you're going to talk about the disease of target, isn't it?
Yeah.
Are you decided this DM? This is how you discuss with all the others, right? Okay, please start then. Yeah, sorry for all those the friend classmates. I'm sorry for being late. Anyway, then please start then.
小荣
有听到吗？有吗？有声音吗？
有。
好。Okay. We are going to introduce DM. There are 4 parts. First is basic introduction of DM. And second is DM in medical imaging radiation science. Third is DM in MT field. And last is DM in nursing field. Before we start our presentation, next page. Next page. Oh, okay. We need to know that the abbreviation of DM comes from diabetes mellitus. Okay, next page. Diabetes is one of the most common chronic diseases in the country and worldwide. In the US, it remains as the 7th leading cause of death. DM is a metabolic disease involving inappropriately elevated blood glucose levels. Glucose mainly comes from carbohydrates in our food and drinks. DM develops when your pancreas doesn't make enough insulin or when your body isn't responding to the effect of insulin properly. When glucose is in our bloodstream, it needs help to reach its final destination. This help is insulin. However, if your pancreas isn't making enough insulin or your body isn't using it properly, glucose builds up in the bloodstream, causing high blood sugar. So this is DM. Next page. DM has many types, including type 1, type 2, pre-diabetes, gestational diabetes. Next page. And the MODY and LADA, neonatal diabetes, and the type 3C diabetes and brittle diabetes. Next page. No. Last. Yes. Okay. With type 2 DM, the body doesn't make enough insulin or your body's cells don't respond normally to the insulin. This is the most common type of diabetes. It mainly affects adults, but children can have it as well. And type 1 is an autoimmune disease in which your immune system attacks and destroys beta cells in your pancreas for unknown reasons. It's usually diagnosed in children and young adults, but it can develop at any age. And prediabetes is the stage before type 2 diabetes. Your blood glucose levels are higher than normal, but not high enough to be officially diagnosed with type 2 diabetes. And next is gestational diabetes. It is developed in some people during pregnancy. It usually goes away after pregnancy. However, if you have gestational diabetes, you are at a higher risk of developing type 2 diabetes later in life. Next page. Other types of DM, such as MODY, is diagnosed at a young age and carries a autosomal dominant transmission. And LADA results from an autoimmune reaction like type 1. And type 3C diabetes happens when your pancreas experiences damage such as pancreatic cancer. And the neonatal diabetes is a rare form of diabetes that occurs within the first 6 months of life. It's also a form of monogenic diabetes. And last is brittle diabetes. It is a form of type 1 diabetes that's marked by frequent and severe episodes of high and low blood sugar levels. In rare cases, a pancreas transplant may be necessary to permanently treat brittle diabetes. Okay, next page. When I introduced T1DM, I had talked about the beta cells, which are a kind of endocrine cells in islets of Langerhans. Now I'm going to briefly introduce that. There are 5 types. First is alpha cells that secrete glucagon. Glucagon is a kind of hormone which can help it elevate blood sugar. And second is beta cells that can secrete insulin to decrease blood sugar. Other cells include sigma cell and PP cell and epsilon cell. Okay, next page. And I'm going to introduce complications of DM. First is stroke. If DM impacts on your breath, you may get stroke. On eyes, you may be blindness, and impact on heart, you may get heart attack. Impact on chronic kidney, you may get chronic kidney disease. And if DM impact on nerve, you may decrease sensation mainly in the feet and legs. Other acute diabetes complications like HHS, DKA, and severe low blood sugar, all of them can be life-threatening and may kill a life. Next page. Last, I'm going to briefly talk about DM in other medical fields. First is MIR, such as retinal lesion detection, food complication detection, kidney disease detection, and cardiovascular complication detection. And in empty fields such as glucose monitoring, insulin pump, artificial pancreas, and genetics and genetic testing. And last in nursing field is such as diabetes education and self-management, medication management, and health monitoring and reporting. Last is emotional support. Now we will start to introduce in detail about the applications of DM in 3 medical fields. Okay. Next.
Okay. So we're going to introduce the DM in MRI field. It's mostly for diagnosis and detection. Okay, the first is X-ray. Okay, the first one is foot X-ray. X-rays are used to diagnose food-related issues in diabetes patients, such as bone problems, ulcers, and infections. These conditions can be hard to detect, increasing the risk of amputation. And the next is digital X-rays. Digital X-rays show detailed bone images quickly and safely. They can be used alongside other methods to improve diabetes diagnosis and management. And the chest X-ray spot lung fluid buildup, an early heart disease sign. This matters as diabetes increases heart disease risk. And the next is computed tomography, CT. Okay, the first is pancreatic CT scan. A pancreatic CT scan creates detailed pancreas images for diagnosing cancer. It also finds early diabetes-related damage like cysts and necrosis. Okay, next is CT angiography. This scan identifies blood vessel narrowing or blockage, common in diabetes. It diagnoses conditions like peripheral artery disease, atherosclerosis, and renal artery
Atherosclerosis.
stenosis. And the final is virtual colonoscopy. Virtual colonoscopy images the colon to spot colon cancer early. It finds colon polyps vital for people with diabetes at higher colon cancer risk.
And I will talk about the benefit of the MRI for people with diabetes. MRI help doctor find the problem caused by the diabetes. It can show if there are nerve damage in the feet and hand, which is essential for the catching issue earlier and preventing more problems. Next. Okay, MRI also help for the pancreas, a vital organ affected by the diabetes. It can find the sign of the inflammation and damage caused by the diabetes, helping the doctor take better care of the patient. But it's not all. MRI can even look at the brain. Diabetes can affect a brain file or in the brain, leading the issue like memory problem. MRI help doctors diagnose this problem and keep an eye on them over time. The heart is also important in the diabetes care. and MRI can help here too. It can find the issue in the heart. They are linking to the problem with the blood flow in the brain, which is crucial for the diabetic patient. In short, MRI is a powerful tool in the diabetic care. It helps the doctor find the diagnose and watch out for the problem that can come from diabetes. That mean better care and better life for the people living with the diabetes. Next. And there are two ultrasound, a color Doppler ultrasound and an abdominal ultrasound. The first, the color Doppler ultrasound help us understand the blood flow. It can find the blood clot and the problem with the blood vessel, which are important for the people with the diabetes. And second, the abdominal ultrasound gives us a picture of the organ into the belly. It can spot issue with the liver and other problem, linking to the diabetes. This ultrasound helps doctors catch a problem earlier, leading to the better care of the people. And next, the retinal imaging. And the retinal imaging is a use a special camera to take very clear picture of the inside of your eye. It helps doctors see the blood vessel, the optic nerve, and any problem in your eye. Then there are optical coherence tomography, or OCT. It uses light wave to make a detailed picture of the different part of your eye. It really good at finding an issue like swelling in the middle part of the retina that can happen in the diabetes. This helps the doctor give the right treatment on time. Both are super important for taking care of your eye, especially if you have a diabetes. And okay, next.
Let me tell you about the relationship between AI and medical imaging. AI has three main roles. The first is image acquisition and reconstruction. AI can improve imaging quality. It can also reduce radiation exposure to the patient by reducing noise in the image. Second is image analysis and diagnosis, where AI can learn from a large amount of data to identify abnormalities and help radiologists detect disease in its early stage. The third is medical management and organization of medical data. AI can help organize medical data and making it easier for doctors to access important information in every time. Next, please. Thank you. Next, I will tell about three current challenges and limitations. First is data privacy and security. Medical data are often sensitive, and privacy and security measures must be in place to protect patient information at all times. Second, interoperability and standardization. The need for multiple imaging systems to communicate and share data requires more standardized formats to be developed for easier integration. So the third is integration of AI into clinical workflow. Implementing AI into clinical workflow requires close collaboration between clinicians and researchers, because they have to ensure seamless integration without disrupting patient care. Next, please. Thank you.
DM in NT field. In the field of medical technology, there are numerous techniques and tools used for the prevention, diagnosis, monitoring, and treatment of diabetes. The following are some important aspects related to diabetes in medical technology field. Next, please. First is diagnosis of diabetes. Common diagnostic criteria for diabetes include fasting blood glucose, after meal blood glucose, and HbA1c levels. HbA1c is when glucose enters red blood cell and binds with hemoglobin. It forms glycated hemoglobin, which can reflect the average values of blood glucose and related parameters over the past 3 months. Therefore, it can serve as a more stable and important indicator for testing control, assessing risk, and evaluating diabetes. Medical laboratory science analyze blood or urine sample to help doctors determine whether a patient has diabetes or is in a pre-diabetic state, which is crucial for timely intervention and preventing disease progressions. Second, blood glucose monitoring. Blood samples are used to measure patients' blood glucose level. By measuring blood glucose level in the blood, medical patient and doctor understand diabetes control, evaluate treatment effectiveness, and make necessary adjustments to ensure blood glucose levels are within target range. In addition, look at the table. In bottom row, if anyone meets one of those conditions, it is likely to have diabetes. First is glucose fasting. Glucose fasting is over 126 milligram deciliters. Second is after meal 2 hours later testing, or random glucose testing is over 200 milligram deciliters. Third is HbA1c over 6.5%. Next, please. And monitoring diabetes complications. Diabetes can lead to various complications, such as kidney disease, retinopathy, and neuropathy. A study with American medical community has discovered that individuals with increased blood glucose level are at significantly increased risk of developing liver cancer, pancreatic cancer, bladder cancer, and breast cancer, and more. The risk of this cancer is more than double when compared to general population. Among this, the higher risk of concurrent liver cancer is observed. Medical laboratory science
can mandatory-related indicators such as kidney function markers and retinal examination to help doctor monitor patient for the development of complications, detect problem early, and implement appropriate treatment measures. And measure of insulin and other hormones. Insulin is a crucial hormone for regulating blood glucose level. In certain cases, diabetes may be associated with the abnormal insulin secretions or action. Insulin is the only hormone in human body that lowers blood glucose level. When it operates, it contracts 4 other hormones in the body at the same time that would otherwise increase blood glucose, such as growth hormone, epinephrine, and cortisol, and counter-regulatory hormones. Medical laboratory science measure insulin and other hormones level in the blood, contributing to an understanding of the pathophysiology of diabetes and guiding treatment plan formulations. Next, please. Personalized treatment plan. Medical laboratory science provide doctors with patient biochemical data, helping them understand each patient's specific condition and develop personalized treatment plan, enable target adjustment to medications and dietary advice. Monitoring diabetes treatment. Diabetes treatment typically includes medications, insulin therapy, and lifestyle interventions. Medical laboratory science can monitor patients for adverse reaction or treatment-related issue by analyze biochemical markers such as liver and kidney functions. Okay, next sex.
Okay.
Next. Sorry.
Okay. I will explain the medical technology with AI in DM. First, funded camera. A funded camera made by MIIS, a medical device manufacturer based in Taiwan. It helps diagnose diabetic retinopathy. This funded camera is embedded with a supercomputer and AI software. Second, drug selection. Hitachi, a Japan company, has developed AI that can help diabetic patients who need complicated treatments choose drugs. Next page. Third, continuous glucose monitoring. CGM, continuous glucose monitoring, is a device that inserts a blood sugar level sensor under the skin. Read blood sugar every 5 minutes and send the value to an external receiver to display it. Fourth, insulin pump. The insulin pump developed by Medtronic can automatically adjust the amount of insulin, a hormone that lowers blood sugar levels using AI. A patient will speak on blood glucose sensor and AI determines insulin doses based on blood glucose levels from glucose. Next page. And this illustration is about the HCL, a hybrid closed-loop therapy. Patients who use insulin pumps and continuous glucose monitoring can receive HCL treatment. Next page. Thank you. We will be presenting on DM in nursing field. Next, please. First of all, effective DM treatment requires patient self-care, focusing on diet, exercise, and medication. Next, medication management. Patients who are in the process of starting drug therapy will need medication management to explain the effects of the drug. Third, health monitoring. Nurse should observe the patient from time to time to check for any noticeable symptoms. Condition of foot helps determine diabetic foot lesion. Last, we provide emotional support. Next, please.
So next, I have 4 things I would like to share. The first one is dietary guidance. So nurses can provide recommendations regarding diabetes diary management, assisting patients in understanding how to choose appropriate foods, control carbohydrate intake, and maintain a balanced diet, ultimately aiding in stabilizing blood glucose levels. Next one is lifestyle management. Nurses can provide guidance on exercise, stress reduction, and stress management. These factors are also critical for blood glucose control and overall well-being in diabetes patients. The third one is complication risk assessment. Nursing professionals can assess patients' risk of complications and offer recommendations for preventive measures. So the regular health assessment and monitoring aid in early detection and management of potential complications. The last one is blood glucose monitoring. So nurses can educate patients on how to perform blood glucose monitoring, ensuring accurate measurement and recording of blood glucose levels. This enables patients to gauge their blood glucose control and make necessary adjustments to diet and medications. So in summary, nursing in the management of diabetes patients offers not only medical support, but also comprehensive care, assisting patients in better disease control, improving their quality of life, and reducing the risk of complications. Next page, please.
I introduce this for physical support and service. First, mobility support. Second, elimination support. Third, facility monitoring service. Last, passing support. As these are examples, in the area of nursing, AI is used in many cases to provide personal support. Next, please.
Okay, so here are 4 things about psychological care. The first one is education and support. So it can offering relevant diabetes knowledge to help patients comprehend the disease and reduce anxiety and confusion. The next one is coping strategies, teaching patients how to cope with disease challenges, aiding them in cultivating a positive attitude and adaptive skills. The third one is social support, encouraging patients to maintain connections with families, friends, or support groups to receive emotional and practical support. The fourth one is psychological health assessment, regularly evaluating patients' psychological well-being to ensure their mental health is attended to. Next page, please.
Next, diabetes treatment with AI in the nursing field. The three examples I gave here are products related to blood glucose monitoring. These are actually products developed by a company called Medtronic. Other products using AI in diabetes treatment exist, but not many are available yet. Next, please.
So here are some concerns. Concerns regarding the integration of AI into the nursing field are legitimate and should be carefully addressed. While AI has the potential to bring significant benefits to healthcare and nursing, there are also several worries that need to be considered. The first one is job displacement. There are concerns that the integration of AI in nursing could lead to job displacement or a shift in the roles and responsibilities of nurses. While AI can assist with certain tasks, it should be viewed as a tool to augment nurses' capabilities rather than replace them. The next one is technical challenges. So implementing and maintaining AI systems requires technical expertise and resources. Nurses and healthcare institutions might face challenges related to system integration, training, and ongoing technical support. The third one is lack of human judgment. AI algorithms are based on patterns and data, and while they can process large volumes of information quickly, they also lack the non-judgment and critical thinking that human nurses possess. So this could result in misdiagnosis or inappropriate treatment recommendations. The last one is ethical dilemmas. The use of AI raises ethical questions about decision-making process and accountability. So who is responsible if an AI system make a mistake? That would be a problem. So how are complex ethical decisions handled when AI is involved? So to address these concerns is essential for healthcare institutions, policymakers, and AI developers to collaborate in designing AI systems that prioritize patient well-being, data security, and ethical considerations. So a balanced approach that leverage AI's capabilities while preserving the human strategic aspects of nursing care is crucial for the successful integration of AI in the nursing field. Next page, please. So all above is an introduction to diabetes and its relevance to our professional field. Thank you for your attention.
Oh, that sounds good. So should we open this to a discussion? Any people have any questions regarding to all your presentations? I would say if you have any questions as we go through the slides, please just break in any times rather than waiting until the end. But it's okay if you have any questions. Can I ask, how did you decide this topic by the end? How did you decide it is going to be diabetes by the end? It's all echo. Please, you have to switch off all one of your mic.
Sorry.抽签要怎么讲？哦，好。
You draw lots.
Yeah.
Really, this is so non-academic.
Because everyone wants the yeah. So
everyone want what?
那个第一个人也不是什么失智症啊。哦
Dementia. Okay.
yeah. Everyone
What
wants
is-
dementia.
What is the reason everyone wants dementia? What is the reason you want to choose dementia?
Oh, me myself. Oh, I think dementia is it's close to our life.
I think DM, everybody is going to get DM by the end. It's also close to your life, isn't it? Anyone else? What is the reason, like Hank, or you Hans, right? Hans. What is the reason you want to choose the dementia then?
I think I choose diabetes first.
Already, anyone
Yes.
else choose dementia? Anyone? But I thought you choose. Everybody choose dementia in the beginning when we discussed the topic.
No. I mean, other group choose dementia.
I know, but our group, most of our group also choose dementia as well, isn't it? So that's why I was asking why our group members would like to choose dementia rather than anything else.
Okay.
And did you find DM less interesting or more difficult or what when you work on this topic? When we work on this topic, did you and all others find this topic more difficult or less interesting than dementia? Would you?
I think it's okay. It's not that difficult. And at first, I think DM and medical imaging are not really related. But after researching, I found out that it actually have a lot. Yeah.
So what about the others? Can someone talk then? What about the others? Well, this is your discussion. I'm not going to, asking someone to talk. You need to volunteer for yourself. Okay, I hand this over to Xinci. Can you chair the session and you have to discuss among yourself then?
Okay. How about Johan? When you prepare this presentation, you have any difficult?
I think it is difficult than I thought because I think I have learned a little bit diabetes things in biology class. So first, I think it is easy for me, but when I search in web or book, I just think it is more difficult than I just think.
No, interesting. And how about Nian?
So I don't feel like there's any problems because Momoka and I have very great communications about what we want to talk about. So it's pretty good.
Good. How about 巧容
Oh, I think it's not difficult because I learned it from book before, so it's more easy than I think.
啊
So this is the topic of disease of interest. My question is that theoretically, I would expect what is this disease, how you diagnose it, and how you treat it, and is there any complications? Right. Do that make sense?
Yes.
So in your presentations, you talk about what is this disease in the beginning, right? If we go back to the second slides, I just threw a question for you for discussion. You need to think about it. Among you, so it's not that introduction. Sorry, going back, the second slides. Right, it's an introduction. Then you divide it into a DM in different fields. But so the first one, you describe what is this disease, right? So did everybody understand what is this disease? What is this disease? What is the condition of this disease? Momo, did you get the point? Did you know what is this disease? Diabetes? Can you tell us in a few simple words? Momo, are you around? Is it? Do we have a more right? Did you understand what is this disease? Diabetes. Did you know what is this diabetes?
Yes, it is for
It is a
it was
condition. It is a condition when something in your body that is too high, right? What is that thing?
what is
Sorry, diabetes is a condition when something in your body is too high. So what is that thing?
sorry, I don't know.
Hey, it's okay. No worry. Then anyone tell
Sorry.
me? No worry. And anyone can tell me what is that thing that is too high in your body? Hello, our
Glucose.
members. Someone can tell me what is that? Too high?
Glucose.
Yeah, it's glucose. It's blood sugar. It's glucose in your blood, right? So these things, if it is too high in your blood, what is the problem it's going to cause? In your introduction, what is the problem it's going to cause? Okay, stroke and heart attack and blindness and kidney disease. And sorry, this word is too small for me. So what is that? The last thing?
No,
Okay, yeah.
Yeah.
It's actually reduced perfusion in the peripheral of the body. So it's like feet and the legs. You feel numb, but you don't, you feel numb. You don't have feelings of your foot and the legs. I think people in Taiwan all know this advertisement. Did you? Everybody saw this advertisement about DM foot. Anyone? So someone tell me, did you see this advertisement? Even none of you watching TV nowadays, do you?
Oh,
Yes,
I-
yes,
I-
yes.
yes, yes.
Yeah, what's
I
that?
saw
What's
it.
that?
阿妈你怎么没看？
Yes, that's it.
你怎么没看？
That's it. Someone tell our Japanese friends what is that? Yes, please. 来，新石还是巧荣
Eh?
Can you tell our friends what is that?
Oh, that's a grandma is sitting on a couch and he's watching TV and his grandson or are riding a bike and he crawls her feet and she didn't have any feeling and so she asked her grandma why you don't have a feeling and
And the reason is because
because diabetes decreased sensation in her foot.
yeah, that's it. Yeah.
Yes.
That's it, exactly. So this is the complication of this disease, right? And so theoretically, the first thing we have to think about is the pathogen, how you classify the diagnosis and the reason for diagnosis. You got diagnosis. The reason because it was divided into 3 different types. Did you? Right. In your presentation, you divided into several different reasons. Yeah. Yeah, this one. So, Kuta, you know it? Kuta, did you get how did you get what kinds of diabetes you got, you know?
Hi, please say it again more sorry.
Yeah. The diabetes, now you know it has complications like leading to heart disease, brain disease, eye disease, and
Yes.
foot disease, right? So the next thing is that, what kinds of diabetes did you have? Then it is in this slides, right?
Yes.
That is type 1 and type 2.
Yes.
Yeah. The majority of people, the great majority of people, they will belong to type 2 diabetes, the great majority. Right. Type 1 diabetes means that it is, it said it's in the slides, it says it's an autoimmune disease. So this is the this kinds of diabetes comes into your body, it's by itself. You got this disease by itself. It's not because of some external reasons. It was created by your body. So it's an autoimmune disease. It's coming from your body. Your body attacks your own beta cells. So it's called type 1. Did you get it? You know what I mean?
Yes, I understand.
Right. And the type 2 means that you don't have this disease in the beginning, then you acquire this disease later. So you are not born with it. You don't have this disease in the beginning, but later on you acquire this disease. So it's called type 2. And the great majority of us belongs to this type 2 diabetes because we develop this disease at a later stage in our life, maybe around, I don't know, 40s, 50s, maybe 60s, something. So in the beginning, you're healthy. And when you get aged, you develop this disease. So you acquire this disease. This is called type 2 disease. Okay, so then comes my question, how you diagnose it? Hans, how you diagnose this disease? Hans.
Oh, okay.
How did you diagnose this disease?
We check the blood sugar in the patient's body. Like, we can check the when patient is fasting or after meal and HbA1c.
Yeah, indeed, that's correct. So the diagnosis of the disease was made by the either fasting sugar or HbA1c, right? So if this value, but if fasting sugar is between 100 and 125, that is pre-diabetes. And it's more than 125 is diagnosed as DM. But fasting sugar, did you know what is fasting? Mahoko, or right? Is that Mahoko, right? Did you know what is fasting? Mahoko. Kahoko or Mahoko?
Oh, yeah, I'm
Kahoko.
Kahoko.
Kahoko, what is fasting, you know?
Fasting.
Yeah. Did you see the slides?
Yeah.
There's a table. Did you see the table?
Oh, fasting.
The table said blood glucose, right? Fasting. What is fasting? By hands, what is fasting?
I think it's patient don't eat anything.
Yeah, indeed. Indeed. Kahoko, you know that? Kahoko, did you get it?
Okay.
Fasting, you remain hungry. After you eat, then like fasting 8 hours, then means that after your from your last meals, then over the next 8 hours, you don't eat anything. So they take blood sample after you fasting 8 hours, means that they take blood sample in which during this 8 hours you did not eat anything, you did not eat or drink. Did you get it? Kahoko, can you get it?
Hi. Sorry, please.
You do not eat anything. Means fasting means you do not eat anything. So you take this blood sample after you quit eating for 8 hours, and then you measured what is the glucose level in this blood sample. Oh gosh, we become so serious. No, none of you are responding. I'm not asking anything, you know. I was trying to help. The second thing is that Hans also said, then you measure HbA1c. The reason is that when you do the fasting glucose, it is someone may fasting for 8 hours, while others might fasting for 10 hours or 12 hours. It depends on the condition of your body. So that means it might fluctuate. This value of blood sugar, fasting blood sugar might go up and down, depends on your condition of the measurement. So it might changes a lot, varies a lot. So we take this, most of people using this HbA1c. So what is HbA1c? Hans also explains a little bit. Can you say that again, Hans? What is HbA1c?
Okay. HbA1c is glucose enter red blood cell and bind with hemoglobins. Okay.
And so, because it's binding with hemoglobin, this value is, why you want to measure this value?
Because we can use HbA1c to get the average about 2 to 3 months of blood sugar average. Sorry, we can get the blood sugar average for 2 or 3 months.
Indeed, that means that it's an average, so it is more stable. It's an average over the last 2 or 3 months. It's more stable and can reflect the real condition of your body, less affected by the fluctuation of your condition. Right. So did people get it? Meng San, did you know what I was talking about? Hello, Meng San, are you around? Well, hello, Cai Meng San, are you around? Anyway, Qiaorong, are you around?
Hi.
So you get it? Did you know what I mean?
Sorry.
Yes. Sorry. Again, what?
Yes.
Oh, yes.
Okay, that's glucose. So the glucose level, when it is between 5.7 and 6.4, is pre-diabetes. This is a condition usually that is reversible. And then if it's more than 6.5, then it was diagnosed as diabetes. Right. So, Kuta, you know what I mean? When this HbA1c normally is less than 5.6. But if it's between 5.7 and 6.4, that is called pre-diabetes. That is a condition before diabetes. A condition before diabetes. And if it's more than 6.5, it's diagnosed as diabetes then. Kota, you know what I mean? Did you get it?
Yes, I get it.
Yeah. Okay, so that is about the diagnosis. Okay, so this is a diagnosis in empty fields. And then the next thing is that can you image that? But the problem is that the diagnosis is not made by imaging. So imaging can only image the complications, that is in the beginning of the slides. In the beginning of the slides. When you have the complications. Okay, can we go back to the complication slides? When you have stroke, heart, and blah, blah, blah. That is one, yeah. So you cannot directly image diabetes. You can only image its complications. Can you image stroke? Since can you image stroke? Since can you image stroke?
No.
Can you image stroke?
No.
Sorry, I cannot hear you again. What?
No.
No, yes, you can, sorry. Yes, you can image stroke.
Oh, yes.
Stroke. Yes, you can image stroke. Stroke is the condition when there's two kinds of stroke. One is hemorrhage, the other is infarct. Infarct means the vessel in the blood was blocked. And hemorrhage means that it's leaking, bleeding. And in both conditions, you can image that in the brain. So you can image the stroke. You can also image the blindness. Here you were talking about using retinal scope, isn't it? Image the retinal imaging. And then you can also image the heart using CT. And you can also image the brain. Yeah, sorry, the previous slides. Yeah, you see, you can use brain MRI, so you can image the stroke. You can image the heart, but most of the time you don't use cardiac MRI, use cardiac CT instead. So next, you image you can image the foot, right? the foot and yeah, you can use sorry, you can image no, previous slide. You can image the foot, you can image the hand as well. So you can use imaging you can image the complications. So once you found the complications, like this patient has stroke, this patient has cardiac disease, has cancer, has whatever conditions, then you can have an intervention, right? You can give this person therapy. And that is when the nursing coming in, because you need to manage the treatment. Can we go to the nursing slides? You can manage the medication and monitor the health, right? And after the treatment, you can give them emotional support, and then you need to educate the patient so that this complication won't happen again in the future. So is that okay with everybody so far? If it's okay, then just raise your hands, and can we? If okay, then just give me a hand. Sorry, not raise your hand. What to do then? Give me a good, if you know, yeah. So that I know you get points, right? Right. So that saying so, that means you need to discuss among yourself and reorganize these slides, because your slides was sort of, how to say, you just divided into different fields, but you need to integrate it. It's not just about talk about DM in nursing, DM in imaging, DM in MT. You need to reorganize your slides so that you have a story in it, so that you have a story. Like as I said, because you focus on this disease, so that you can your audience understand how this diagnosed, how the disease was diagnosed, how the disease was treated, and how the disease was managed in the future. Is that okay? Since you know what I mean.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
Rather than just talking about, oh, in our field where we thought it's like so and so, and in other field it was so and so. So can you leave this discussion how you're going to what are you going to do in the future, and what is the yes, Utah, what do you want to say?
No, I make mistakes.
Sorry, is that okay, Utah?
Kuka, yes.
Kuta,
Okay.
sorry. Kuta.
Okay, don't
Oh.
worry.
Kuta, Kuuta, isn't it? Okay, so Tuta, yeah. Is everything okay? So since this is how you're going to what are you going to do in the next presentation? And this is, you need to discuss now, and distribute works, and you have discussed how you're going to reorganize everything then.
Okay.
So I handed it over to Xinzi Lai, right?
Okay. So reorganize. I think we maybe to blah, 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 blah. So maybe apart, yeah, like this. 随便 我们那算什么？我们算 treatment 吧？哦呀
Treatment
，treatment。一记得是 diagnose 吧？刚刚他刚说我们的不是啊。sorry. And that's why nursing is okay 吧 ？Okay, nursing. Like this? And the introduction, okay, like this, okay. And maybe then MT talk the diagnose. 不是啊，我们不是。然后我们就只能拍照。
Sorry, one second. When is the next meeting, and what we are going to do in the next meeting?
20. Let me see. It's 7 嘛。
September
7. Yeah.
It's 7 September. And what are you going to do there?
Presentation. We reorganize this and present it again. Yeah.
No, I think you have to because you have to elaborate. But how long is your presentation that day? 15 minutes, isn't it?
13 minutes?
I don't know, 15?
15?
30?
We have a limit?
How long? No. How long? No. Listen. How long you're going to present?
Probably 30 minutes.
Who told you that?
这么久吗？
Who told you that?
I don't know. I have recording it 1 hour, so I don't know how long I took.
About 14 minutes today.
Well, today.
No. Not about today. Listen.
Oh.
By the end. We are going to present. Yeah, 20 minutes. I remember it's 20 something. 20 minutes and 5 minutes question. So it's 20 minutes.
Oh.
And today you go through, I think it's like around 35-40 minutes, I think. Yes. And so you need to add in a little bit more about AI and condense the other contents, and then make it like 25 minutes. That means you have to rehearse. Rehearse means that before you present to me on 7th of September, you need to work without me online several times to make sure that the whole presentation is less than 25 minutes. Is that clear?
Okay.
Yeah. So people in Japan understand. Kuta, Momo, and Kahoko, you understand? Okay. Yeah. So you need to go through. Sorry, it's my dog. You need to go through the all the slides, reorganize it, and say divided not by the fields of research, rather than how it was related to this disease. So the diagnosis is by MT, but you have to add in if imaging can be used for diagnosis. The treatment is mostly by nursing, but you also need to see if imaging can be involved in the treatment, or MT can be involved in the treatment. And instead of just disease itself, you also need to add in a little bit more on how AI can be involved. So it looks like now you have the shape, but you need to integrate it. So you need to think how you're going to integrate all those things together.
Okay.
Yeah. So this is how you're going to discuss, please, now. And then you need to arrange a few more discussion online before you're going to present it on 7th of September. That is my point.
Okay.
Okay, so I leave it to you for discussion. Yeah, please, Hans, you need to say it a bit more, right? Please don't just leave it to girls. Okay. Yeah.
Okay. So I think maybe we after finishing this slide, like a simple introduction of the complication, and then maybe this and 等一下，让我想一下怎么弄。And so we have to put AI in our presentation, right?
Yes.
Yes. Oh, I don't know. Somebody give me some idea, please. 重开一个。Is I know my OK。我没有这个元档。
I think after introduction, we can put image for organs about the complications.
Okay, image about complication. Okay, put this back.
And we can put MT next.
MT next.
And nursing, just like this.
But you mean no change?
我们先看，就是我们可能依放，可能先看各个器官的并发症。
嘿。
然后接下来依据可能找出来它是糖尿病那一种，然后再来就是 nursing 的 therapy。
所以你的意思是只是讲的方式换一下而已，这样。
对，我。
哦。
Hey, don't leave our Japanese friends alone.
English discussion is very hard. We'll talk it again. Okay.
I know, but if you want to speak in Mandarin, afterwards, you need to explain it to our Japanese colleagues.
I know.
Yeah.
Okay, so the shape is still like this, but we talk it in another way. Yeah, like
we can change the.
Hey.
就是 change 的那个标题，标题的英文是什么？
Title.
Oh yes, we can change the title Just introduction and complication. First is introduction, second is complication, and
Okay.
complication can integrate with AI, and MIR, and then is
Okay.
那个 diagnose with 就是 diagnose. Third is diagnose, and fourth is 那个 treatment.
Oh, you mean complication 里面有
就是 with
MIR 还有 MP 啊呢 AI AI. Okay. Oh, so we
No, third is 那个
treatment MT
no. Diagnose. MT diagnose.
diagnose. No. MT
Yes.
and AI.
Uh,
Good. We need the AI. Okay. So. Okay, so this introduction we just like this and we don't move it. Okay. And then from here, maybe I change it to the complication and blah 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 blah. Use
yes.
right. Yeah.
什么啦？
This is talking another way. Okay, that's fine.
Yes.
Okay, and then we do the diagnose and talk the blood sugar, blood glucose, and blah 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 blah. Blah. And the most important, we have to add more AI. Yeah, and short to 20 minutes.
Yes.
Yeah, 20 minutes. So each part maybe have 5 minutes.
Okay.
It has to be very, very short.
Yes.
And 精准.
Accurate.
Accurate. Yeah,
Sorry,
accurate.
precision medicine.
Precision. Okay. And maybe you have time now, or you guys are going we can edit, we can change it right now. Everyone get into the PPT and we change it. Yeah, if we have time. Oh.
为什么这样觉得？
So rather than wiki nowadays, you use ChatGPT then.
It's useful.
Oh, it's good. I like it. I use that as well.
Yeah.
But don't use it to write report because I can read it, you know.
I know. Just for the information, for the data, yes.
对 ，For Chinese student 哈，那个不要，你们要写这个很好用，但是你要写报告不要用这个写，因为老师是看得出来的。
啊，真的哦。
真的，因为他写的内容，如果仔细去读，他有一些惯用的用法，所以那个语气一看就知道是 ChatGPT 生出来的，特别是英文的部分。
被抓包了。
So you can see if it's at acute stage, then you have extremely low or high blood sugar. This is dangerous. You need to send this person to emergency immediately. And there might be some problem with the kidney as well. And then at chronic stage, you can mostly damage the eyes. So if you Google retinopathy, DM 长庚, then there's a project on AI. You can talk about it. Retinopathy, NTINO. Sorry, retino, NTINO. NO. Sorry, RETINO. TINO. PATHY. Yeah, retinopathy and DM and 长庚 space 长庚. No, CHAN. It's okay. 长庚医院 yeah. AI. Then you see they have a, sorry, if you go down this clinical project, you see the next one, yeah. This is a project in nursing. This one, yeah. And they also have projects on using AI as well. Yeah, you see, you can get this information. And they also have a big project on AI for the detection of this retinopathy. So you can read it later on yourself. Then, can you go back to the Google? So they have a top imaging and AI. So maybe retinal imaging DM 长庚 retinal. Sorry, go to the search right. Yeah, and then retinopathy 长庚 retinopathy. So retinal imaging RETINO imaging. Sorry, imaging imaging 长庚 space DM 长庚 space DM. Yeah, and then let's see. No, maybe need to search. I can Hans are from yeah, this one. Huang Yixiu. He has a big project on this topic. So look for him then. He has a big project on this. Hans is from medical technology, right?
Yes.
So you can talk to your principal, Shen Laoshi.
Okay.
Shen Jiarui. She was running a big project with Huang Yixiu on retinal imaging using AI on DM. So this is a big project. So talk to her, saying that you need help in this project. Ask her to give you some more information. Then you can present it then. It's a Huang Yixiu retinal imaging DM AI. Is they using AI to explore how you can automatically detect the retinal changes in the caused by DM. Is that okay? Is that okay, Hans?
Okay.
Yeah, okay. You can talk to Shen Laoshi, Shen Jiarui. She's working with Huang Yixiu on this topic. And I think they have imaging from animal as well. So you can present some preliminary results in your slides about animal imaging. So that would be quite attractive then. So this is the I think we're running out of time. I'm going to use a little bit time to explain to you on how you're going to present it. But you need to arrange more online discussion among you and Japanese colleagues, okay? And I'm going to give you some advice on how you're going to do your presentation. So I'll take over this. I'll take over this slides. Let me see how can I show you? 1 second, how can I show you the slides? 控制权，哎 ，Hello， 这个谁？新词 ，How can I show you？ 啊，分享呀，here，视窗。
我要停止分享吗
？No, I do that. Okay. So you see my slides? Did you see my slides? Okay. You can find this. Just Google a website. This is not my presentation. I just Google it, you know. So how you do a scientific presentation? Because you're going to present your results, you're going to have a preliminary draft on 7th of September. So I'm going to give you some advice how you're going to do a scientific presentation. Is that okay? Did you get it?
Okay.
Okay, let's do it then. So what do you do? Think about the following slides. This. What do you think, everybody? Someone, don't just say it's bad. Tell us something more. Say us more about what do you think, really? 蔡梦山, what do you think?
Hi.
What do you feel about these slides? Or like Qiaorong, what do you feel then?
It's slide. So
yeah.
it's this page. It's
Yeah, this page. In general, whatever. It looks, just looks. Did you get a point?
Oh no, oh, its word is too much.
Oh yeah, it's crowded. You didn't get a point, right?
Yes.
So let's go through. So it's just confusing because you don't get a clear take-home message. So every time in your slides, you need to convey one clear message in your slides, in that single slides. Every slide have one message. So don't put too many things in one slide. Okay, so how are we going to do it next one? First is about format. Formatting is essential in scientific documents. You have to be consistent throughout your, you have to be consistent in your format throughout your documents. Okay, everybody have to check that. Formatting means like always, for example, always use like figure 1 and table 1 or equation 1, or this format. Prentice Hall is a textbook, fig 1 and table 1, equation 1, or like this, ASME journals, fig 1, table 1, and equation 1. Do you know what I mean? You cannot, sometimes you say it's figure 1, sometimes you say it's fig 1, or sometimes you say EQ.1, sometimes you say equation 1. You have to, throughout, in your presentation, you always use one format. Whichever format is not important, but you have to use same format throughout. So if you got different persons working on the same slides. So for example, Hans might say it's figure 1, but Kuta might say it's fig 1. But after you put everything all together in one presentation, you need to revise and modify and make sure you are consistent throughout. Is that clear?
Yes.
Okay, that everybody know, be aware that you have to be consistent in the format.
Okay.
And second is that size and font. Use size and font. Okay, what does it mean? It means that big types is important, like using this is 24, and everything on the slides must be legible. Means that you can read. So because you're doing online presentation, you have to think, if you use font size 24, can you read it? And on that day of your presentation, you're going to present it on big screen. So what kinds of font size you're going to use? Because it might be too, if the font size too small, it's going to be difficult to read. So you need to have a big font size.
Okay.
Yeah. And then you need to choose your font. In this presentation, they suggest you to use sans serif. But it's a personal preference. I actually don't like sans serif. It looks a bit like China, So I always use. Personally, I just prefer a serif. Did you know what I mean by serif or sans serif? Serif is a tail. Is tail. Sans means without. So like here, this one here. When you have a T, you have a tail here. But Arial, like here, Arial doesn't have. Oh, here. I don't know how can I use a. 1 second. Let me do it like a 吞片放映 from 这个 and use this one. This one. So here is a serif, and sans means without, so it doesn't have a serif. And so in presentation, it suggests you to use avoid using sans serif, but avoid using serif. Always use a sans serif because it's easier to read. But I don't feel like so. I personally still prefer use serif. Use sans serif looks like from China. So I don't really like using it. But also Korea. I don't like Korea as well, neither. And absolutely don't use Comic Sans. Don't use Comic Sans. It looks like handwriting and looks not formal. Okay, is that okay with you? 就是说，他建议你用sans serif，serif 就sans serif 就serif 就是说你这边有个尾巴的这一种的，好，有一个或者是 Y 好，或者是 T 这边有个尾巴，那 sans serif 就没有这种尾巴，那么这种比较好读，可是那个我不是很喜欢。那但是不管如何，永远不要用 Comic Sans，因为 Comic Sans 看起来像是手写，它看起来就很不正式。Okay, don't avoid using Comic Sans because it looks not formal. What font? This is font. This font is Arial. It's okay, but don't use Comic Sans. And try to quit. Sorry, escape. Okay. So do not 使用计时 and 放音 again. So what? Sorry. I'm looking for this. So like for poster, you're using a big font size. For presentation, you use 24 to 36, but don't use less than 18 or 12 because it's difficult to read in your presentation. So in PowerPoint, using something like more than 18, like 24 to 36, but don't use anything less than 14. Right, because using less than 14, 18 is difficult to read, so always use more than 20 or 24. And this one is the problem is use all capital. So capital letters is trying to attract your attention, but if it's all capital, it's difficult to read. Okay, so do not use words with all capitals unless you want to emphasize it. So don't use all capital letters. Okay, 不要全部都用大写的字，除非你想要强调它。Don't use it. So it's easier to read. Avoid the big blocks of capital letters because it's difficult to read. Avoid what font to use, right? Again, avoid use all capital letters, but font color is important. Lauren Ipsum Dolo sit Ahmed use mode. It has no meaning. This if you Google this word, is looks like Latin, but it's actually no meaning. You just want to say that you can use blue background with red color, but don't use blue background with black color. You can use white background with black color, but you don't use white background with yellow color. Okay.
Okay.
And so use dark letters against the light background, or light letters against the dark background. But this is okay, but this is a preference. But the thing is that don't mix green and red, because the people, they can be colorblind, so they cannot read. Even though they are not colorblind, it's still difficult to read. Okay, so don't use red background with green or green background with red. Don't combine red and green.
Okay.
Or like this. Some people just like use it. I just cannot understand, but there's some students really, they just do their presentation using this. I just cannot understand at all. Don't do this because it's difficult to read. Like this. If difficult to read, if they're very similar, it just looks very similar. So this is font color is important. You have to choose carefully. Layout. It's better to use sentence if you want to make a statement, but you can use phrases as well. Limit text block to no more than 2 lines each, because you don't want your audience to read. Okay, so when you do a presentation, you just don't put a block of 3 or 4, no more than 3 lines. So if it's more than 3 lines, then your audience have to read the text, and then they won't listen to you, then you lost your point. Okay, so 当你在 present 的时候呢，你不可以用超过3行。如果超过3行的话呢，你的听众必须要来读这个上面在写什么。那当他们在读的时候，他就不会听你讲，所以你就 lost 他们的注意力。Okay, so do not use lines more than 3, because if they have to read a block of text, they are not listening to you and you lost their focus and attention.
Okay.
And you try to try to contain no more than 3 or 4 bullet points. You can use animation to unveil your list one by one. That help to attract the attention of your audience. So instead of putting the whole slides together, you do it like this, and slideshow, slideshow, and slideshow, one by one, using animations. Try to use these features all the time. Then you can attract the attention of your audience. Otherwise, they might just reading the point 1, point 2, point 3 by themselves without listening to you. Avoid sublist. So don't do like item 1 and sublist, item 2 sublist, item 3 sublist, and a lot of sublist. Instead, you put this into one slide, and this is a second slide, and this is going to be the third slide. Be generous with empty space. So do not put the all the text and the figures to the very end. So you need to leave a margin at in your slides, OK？ 所以不要把你的字塞到最边边去，你的图跟字边边都要留下一些空白来。Do not go to the very edge. You need to leave some margins. Okay. Try your best to include the simple image on every slide, so that because an image is better, a picture and an image is better than words. So try not to use words throughout, only words and words and words, then people have to read and listen and listen and read. Try to use images. So when they see the image or figures, when they listen to you, they understand what is going on, okay? Limit the number of items on each slide. So each slide can only make just 1 or 2 points, just 1 or 2 bring home message. So like, don't do this, because you have a lot of figures and people don't know what are you going to say, what happens in this figure or what happens in that figures. It's difficult to get a clear bring home message. And like this, put everything together in one slide with a lot of points and with a whole big block. It's difficult to read, and all the figures. So they break down it into like, so instead of putting one figure, all the figure in one slide, you can do like, this is the first slide using animation. This is the figure of RT-PCR and Western blot. And then this is the result from control and from experiments, and tell them this is MDCK cells. And then the result from NDCK CK cells with staining. And this is the surface view. And this is side view. And then this is the control. So this is the knockdown cells. And you can see they're different. And then this is from the electroscope, and the MDCK cells, they form a microvilli. But if you have a gene knockdown cells that fails to form this macrovilli, then there's a bring home message that is gene knockdown cells fails to form microvilli, and that is the image to provide the visual evidence. Right, and then presenting a graphical data. Do not use Excels. Do not use Excels because it looks non-professional. Just looks very non-professional. So do not use Excels. Plot it like this. Always give an label x-axis and y-axis. Always label them. Give them unit. Explain what is in each curve, and give a figure ligand. Presenting equations, try to avoid it, and try to avoid it all the times, because show a graph is easier and describe the physical concepts rather than giving equations. And style, speak firmly, slowly, and confidently. Look at your audience, learn to use pointer and the microphone. Use your own laptop if possible, because so on that day, please go to rehearse one day ahead or that morning. And that means to see if your own laptop is working, or if you need to use the computer there. Check all the equipment, make sure everything's okay. Bring a backup medium pointer. So if your file cannot read on that computer, you can have a backup material so you don't get panic on that day. So that is on the day I ask you to rehearse, okay? Oh, sorry. Here. So that is on that day I told you to rehearse. Can I write it down here? 新增rehearse. Okay, did you get my point? Rehearse. Is that okay? Everybody understand? Okay. Yeah, rehearse means you go there and try to talk. Go out slides one by one. Really talk and assume that there's audience there. Present it, use your own things, make sure everything is okay and running smoothly. Planning your slides. Timing, rehearsal is for calculate your timing. You want to make sure the time is exactly correct. You cannot go over time, going too long. You cannot go under time. It's embarrassing. It's just like now, you finish like 10 minutes and then we still got 2 hours to go. And what can I do? I can just ask you, can someone talk? Can someone respond? Can someone answer? Or Shinzi, can you say something? So it's a little bit embarrassing if you have no response, you go under time. And go over time is rude because everybody's waiting. Oh, when are you going to finish? This is long talk. When are you going to finish? So they have a rule of thumb per slide 2 minutes. Actually, this is a bit long. I used to go like 1.5 minutes. So if you have 20 minutes, you need to prepare around, like 10 or 15 slides, maybe. You need to, I don't know, you just need to calculate. Only one concept in one slide. Structure of the slides, do not mix colors. Do not mix all the colors in one slide. So if you use your slides like, let's say, this, here, sorry, 1 second, is laser B. Okay, so use slide font size like font color like this. Don't use garish or gratuitous colors, like a mix of colors. Yeah, and always give a conclusion. More to give a good talk than showing good slides. So if you prepare good slides, you didn't rehearse well your talk, is no use. Do face the audience, make eye contact, means look at your audience. Be enthusiastic and vary the tone of your voice, means that you don't like reading it. Do face the audience and make eye contact. Do be enthusiastic and vary the tone of your voice. No, don't do this. You need to sound like you're enthusiastic. Don't pace up and down. It means that sometimes you go very fast and sometimes you go very slow. Don't wave your point all over the slides, means that you don't do face the audience and make the eye contact. Do be enthusiastic and vary the tone. Don't pace up and down. Wave your point all over. You don't wave your pointer. You use your pointer only when you want to emphasize. And don't take lots of drinks, because means that you put a bottle of water in front of your podium, and then you drink and drink and drink and drink. It makes you look like very nervous. Did you see what I mean? 就是你放了一杯保特瓶在你的讲台前，然后你一边讲一边喝，一边讲一边喝，这样看起来你显得很紧张。So don't put the bottle of water on the podium and then drink it all the time. It looks unprofessional. It makes you look very nervous. Do practice and ask your friends for feedback. Don't use too many gimmicks. Don't use too many gimmicks. Do you know what gimmicks is? People know what that means. 同学知道那是什么吗？
No.
Gimmicks? No. 是我开一下我的相机，抱歉，我的镜头是有点遮住。我开一下我相机。I'll open my camera 1 second. Sorry. Yeah, like this. Okay, so you can see me. Can you see me?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
Gimmicks like this. Don't do this.
Uh,
Don't do gimmicks. Okay. Don't do. Oh, everybody, don't do that. So don't do that. So where's my slides? 1 second. Where's my slides here? So that is everything, isn't it? Is that the end of? Okay, don't do gimmicks. Okay, so this is not my slides. You can get it from the web. Just Google how to do a scientific presentation, and then it come out with many guides. So you can just find it there. So I hope this is helpful for your rehearsal. Do prepare that. So by 7th of September, and I hope everybody's ready online. And then on 19th of September, you're going to have one rehearsal on site, right? So I hope everybody can be well prepared for that. Before that, working on your slides, working together. You need to have more online discussions and working together on your slides. So is that okay with everybody?
yes.
Yeah, right. 那个星辰 you know, a student from Taiwan, maybe also want to discuss with among you and also with our Japanese friend that what they're going to do when they visit Taiwan. Kuta, Momo and Kahoko, you arrive in Taiwan on 17th of September, right?
Yes.
Correct. Yes. And then what do you plan to do on 18th? You don't have plan yet. So on 18, 17, 18, 19, you're going to Chang'an. So it's a whole day's trip. And you're leaving 20th. So on 18, you'll be whole day free. And you can discuss with your Taiwan friends what you're going to do when anytime. Then, yeah, it's among you. Just remind you what you're going to do that day. It's not academics for tourism. So what are you going to do that day? Okay. 好，新时你们就那一天，他们就是17号来 然后18、19、20，17号到18、19、20号走。那18、19、19号整天在长庚，18号他们是没事的，所以要做什么，大家可能要讨论怎么样招待一下
没
你们。
事，他们就待在酒店一整天这样。
没有吧？他们是来玩的啊，干嘛在酒店待一整天？所以我才问说你们要怎么招待他一下吧。
18啊，我们不是19才来，我们不是只有19号招待他们。
没有，19号是比较 academic 的，就是我们学生活动。就是说18号是你们就是你们的朋友，你们来，然后我不知道你们要不要，我不知道，我没有规定，所以他们可能想要自己去台北玩玩，那不需要有你们也 OK， 或者是他们想要你们招待一下，带他们玩一下，那看你们有兴趣要带他们，这你们自己去讨论，我没有意见。对，我不知道他们是，就是说，如果你们主人想要他们秀 around，你们就安排一下，或者是他们想要自己自由行，不想要一直跟你们讲英文，
我也是这样觉得。
对，好，那你们自己讨论一下。Okay, so that is for today. So anybody has any comment or any questions? If no, then 那个 radiologist, please, radiographers, medical imaging and radiological sciences, the student from here, please stay. And others, then please, you can leave now. Yeah, bye bye. Then see you next time. Then.
Bye bye.
Yeah, bye bye.
Bye bye.
Bye.
Bye bye.
Yeah.
拜拜。
所以是新池跟孟山嘛，还有谁是一方？
巧柔。
巧柔，你们3位，他们那边有下线啊。
没关系啊。
我其实没关系，就是要讲说你们那个我就请王宇卫跟你们说嘛。Hi, Kuta, Momo, and Kahoko, we finished. You can leave now. Yeah.
Thank you. Bye.
Yeah. Thank you. Bye bye. Yeah.
Bye.
Yeah.
Bye.
Yeah.
Bye.
Yeah. Bye bye. 我请王宇卫有跟你们说嘛，哈，就是说那个系上有一笔这个4个人的机票，我后来查，因为这个预算我们编是编4个人机票，但是核没有核4个人的机票，核应该是核一笔现金这样子哈。然后我有请他跟你们讲说，那个这是让学生交换过去的。那么你们过去就是有谁要过去要做什么？好，那要怎么申请？这样，那因为这个笔预算呢，要在今年年底要花完，没有的话就没有了，明年要重编。好，所以如果现在已经到8月了嘛，那所以你们有要过去，就必须要安排9、10、11、12这4个月而已。那这是第一点，就时间就是9、10、11、12。好，然后那因为你要过去，必须要给个理由。所以你必须要，就因为这不是一张让你们去玩的机票，所以你要有一个理由说我要过去嘛，对不对？所以这也是为什么我刚刚讲说，那你要招待一下你们这些日本朋友，然后或许说这是这个活动的延续，然后你要去回访这些日本朋友，或者是你想要请参观对方的系上，或是参观对方的。我不知道某个老师的实验室一类的。那像第一组，像你们是4组嘛？那第一组是带的那个老师就是日本人嘛？那就看说你们要不要去敲说第一组的老师可不可以让你们去参观还是什么一类的？那或者是说你想要回访你们的这一组的日本的朋友，就是你要给一个理由，要不然我们又不是出一张机票给你这样子的。那所以我这样讲的事情说，时间大概就是只剩下就是8、9、10、11、12，然后2你要有个理由，所以你们要想一个理由出来，然后3就是要申请。那申请呢，因为这预算不是我编的，这预算其实是这个赵志强老师编的，但赵老师他其实人是在美国，他到9月中大概都不会回来，所以 所以那个你们必须要去写信去烦他说，赵老师，请问这个预算我们什么时候可以用啊？什么什么什么的。因为这个不是我编的预算。那么，或者是你们跟我说，你们有个比较正式的想法跟我说啊，我也可以跟赵老师说，因为我跟赵老师一直都有联络。所以如果你们有个想法，比如说你们想要怎么样，你们有个，你懂我意思吗？想法是说你有想到一个时间了，你有想到一个那个事情了，你有怎么样了？好，这些你可以跟我说，好，那我就会我可以转告一下这个赵老师，好，然后可以去几天是你们自己安排的哦，我不知道啊，这是学生活动，就是学生自己要想办法自己安排。
去他们那边学校会规定说要什么英文的？
这就是我讲的。于慧没跟你们说吗？我都跟于慧说好几遍了。那个目前，因为这怎么讲？这个是国际处呢提供的钱，那我们系上去申请。好，那我们系上目前没有定一个我们的为什么？这是谁啊？那个我们系上没有定一个办法，我们系上并没有定一个办法。那个我认为啦，系上就算定了个办法，也不会定一个比学校严格的办法。那所以这个办法大概就是比照学校。那学校的规定，以我来看，我简单看了一下，奇怪，我叫那个余慧跟你们大家讲，你们好像都没说，
没有啊，
那个
什么？他讲什么？我什么都没收
到。就是我那时候很早就跟他们说，我还跟你们那个杨思平说吧。
好，他们好像有好像但是是很早之前。
对啊。
他传在哪里啊？
好像是放，不知道是
个人，他传个人，可是他只有说有特征。
对啊。
他传个人没有，都没有传给我。哪有杨思平？没有啊。
好，没关系，我们不要来怪人，我也不是在那个，我只有点意外，想说老师讲的话，大家都是当成耳边风啊。好，我也没有在怪他，他能够免费帮忙，我们就很高兴了。好，那个我想说的是说，学校我简单翻了一下规定，大概就是，好像是我想想看哈，你们再得去查，第一个就是语言的，那语言好像就是英检不知道达到几分的，你们就去查国际处学生交换规定就有了，应该英文就要达到几分。好，然后它有额外规定说其他非英语系国家那语言的要求是什么？那我认为这种要求大概都是不大可行，大概是参考用，因为要求大家要有通过比如说法文啊、德文啊或日文的，那结果就铁定就没有人可以交换了。所以它应该这种就是参考用，可能我猜大概就是说，如果你有日文检定，你会优先呐、那没有日文检定，大概就是大家都是英文要通过这样子。那他好像有要求成绩，好像不知道是要达到70还多少的，这个我没有特别去看，但是一般大概我们的规定，系上的规定，我想大概就是不大可能比学校定的严的。大概就是以学校的为主，这样就符合学校规定就 OK 了，这样子。所以你们可以去。
过去还要再做一次报告的。
有，对啊，过去回来之后，一定要有个报告，因为这不是给你去玩的，所以你
不是跟他们做报告就没事了。
不是，这个回来报账一定是写一份报告才能报账。就算我出国回来也是一定要写报告。然后要描述说我出国做了什么事情，这样子我才能够报账。老师也都是这样子，对，所以你不能够写你去吃喝玩乐的就不能够报账。好，那所以大概要求你也要看看他这个回来报账的规定。好，那大概就是我的理解，大概就是那个要有份报告这样子。那这个因为时间有点比较赶，所以我才会跟你们说。然后你们如果有兴趣的人，可以自己想想看啊。然后其他3个组的朋友也可以跟他们说一说，因为我也没有在其他就是说 我不是其他3个组的那个嘛，哈，所以你是自己组的，我就先讲。那其他3个组，我们也好像不跟他们说，好像我很不公平嘛，对不对？但是麻烦你们跟他说一下这样子。
哦，
好，所以大概是这样。
住的话，吃跟住的话，就是我们自己
所有
还是
这个就是那个我说你们要先要有想法。那住宿呢，我心里是不知道说，像那个医技系，医技系啊，对，就医检的，像何卓汉他们系不是去那个1周以内的，他们实际上去了大概2个月左右。那对，所以他们系上呢，他们对方的学校提供他们系那个学生宿舍。
哇塞，去那么久。
那所以我才会讲说，如果你们有兴趣，那你可以去查冈山大学医防系，那看看他们系有哪个。对啊，好，那看看他们有什么系，有，所以你下载，如果其实那天那个什么，你们学生的群组里面，连新宇老师不是贴了一张我们去访问那个冈山大学拍的照片，对不对？然后你看看那个照片后面的学生，就一个是男生吧，对不对？其他都女的。那个男生就是他们的放射系、医放系的。所以你其实也可以敲所以这个男生也在这群组里面，我不知道是在哪一个人那一组啦。所以其实大家也可以问问看那个男生。那然后看看是不是拜访这男生，因为我看那个男生还蛮活跃的。那天去冈山拜访的时候，他是蛮活跃的。然后
好哦。
对啊，然后对啊，我想讲就是这样子啦。所以是什么呢？所以是对，然后看看他们老师这次去我碰到就有3个，那有一个是做 RT 的，有一个是做影像的，有一个是做放射药物，所以你也可以看看那个说想要去拜访老师的实验室也可以考虑。如果你有兴趣，可以写信给他，或者是写信给我，就跟我联络也可以。
OK。
那然后基本上，我个人是认为啦，不是你们大家评估，所以我才说你要有想法。那因为9时、11、12你们就上学了嘛，那学习中要离开，甚至要离开1、2个月，我觉得是不大可能，要不然课要怎么上，对不对？所以你要交换去某个老师实验室，大概有点吃力。但是有个机会，因为现在改成16周嘛，那16周，我不知道学期结束，理论上好像在 Christmas 前好像就结束了吧？我不知道第16周是哪一周啦，所以你大概你要去看看行事历，看看你有没有可能塞得进去。
25号。
不是25号，我当然知道 Christmas 25号。我说学期我不知道什么时候结束了。
对，就是12月25号。
就是12月25，所以就只剩1个月啦。所以你要去太久不行了。那要不然就是现在8月12嘛，然后开学其实离开学还有1个月多了，那就是要赶快，否则也可以趁现在。如果你有一切都安排了，那因为他们的人9月19来开学第1周，我不知道有没有可能你在开学前去，我觉得机会好像就不大了。仓促的话机会不大，因为这要安排。好，那另外就是学习中顶多就是去个1周吧，就比如说那种如果你没课的话，就去个5、6日一类的这种，对，才有可能。我不知道啦，就是这个就得你们想想看，你们讨论一下有什么想法这样子。
想去吗，乔柔？
哈？
想去吗？
走啊！走啊！
真的假的？
我那个票若提早订会比较便宜。我这次去的时候呢，有飞法，第一个就是飞虎航嘛，那虎航就可以直接到冈山嘛。那因为是廉价机票，然后你就可以买很便宜。那虎航联航啊，所以你可以买。所以我不知道它是多少钱，你可以上网看一下。 那另外一个，我们其实不是这样走，我其实是飞关西啦，然后买一张 JR Pass，然后从关西坐火车，用 JR Pass 坐火车去冈山，顺利的话大概是2小时，有时候衔接，好像因为我们分开走，我那天去我就是2小时5分到，那个沈老师他们是比较晚去，他们坐了快3小时，衔接就比较没那么顺。对，
哦，那
对
你有玩到吗？
玩，我是去参访的。
哦，没有。
那另外还有一个，另外还有一个方法，其实就是飞广岛或是高松。那
广岛
对，因为广岛过来也是差不多1小时，高松过来也1小时，
广岛
所以
是被炸掉那个地方。
对，所以直接飞冈山，直接飞冈山就是台湾虎航了。然后飞其他点就是关西，但是关西机位通常很满，很满的话，你就会买到比较贵。那如果你想要比较空一点，好，比较容易买到便宜的位置，那就是广岛或者是高松。但是这个再过来大概1小时，你要另外付新干线的票价。对，那这个反正这些额外的事情，大家可以另外再想。冈山就是说，冈山没有什么特别的玩头哦，就去那边我是没有觉得冈山很好玩，也不错啦。第一次去是也不错，但是2、3天之后就差不多了吧，也没什么那个，但是其实是蛮适合大家去。哦，我家狗狗在叫，那个就大概就是先这样做。好，那有问题大家再来讨论，好不好？如果你们有些什么想法，就直接敲我好了，不要敲我 team。那个因为我没有整天在查 team，如果有事情你们就在 line 里面敲我才会看到。
我传来给你，你都没有看。
哎，我没收到过呢。你刚刚我就看到你在群组里面的。
没有，要先加好友。
对啊，你可以加一下我的好友吗？
可是我有啊，因为
我再传一次贴图给你。
等等，你等我1分钟哦，我查一下，你的好友是叫李新慈吗？
对啊。我打电话给你。
没有呢，我的好友里面没有，我好友名单里面没有你呢，所以我就跟你讲说，
要加吧？对，你要加我。
你光是在那个群组里面不会有那个。可能冈山交流活动，冈山交流活动里面有你的名字，请问这个名字怎么样加？哦，有加入好友聊天，然后
好，我再传一次贴图给你啊。再传一次，不对，有了，你看到了？
有好，有吗？
有。
好 ，OK， 好，那这样就可以，这个比较容易找到我。
OK。
好，那就先这样。乔荣跟孟珊有需要联络我吗？如果有的话，也可以加 line 哦。你们就在那个什么，在这个刚刚叫什么那个群组里面加我，这样就可以了。好，那就先这样子哦。好 ，OK，那就这样，大家拜拜喽。
拜
拜。
垃圾。我朋友
什么？去吗？是蔡梦珊。
干嘛？
去吗？
去吗？其实还蛮想去一下的，可是又不知道什么时候去，就怕卡到那个期中。
对啊。
对，那个时间。
然后他不是说只有4个吗？还要问其他人呢。
所以他是只有4个人的名额哦，这么靠北。
对啊，他不是刚刚说只有4个人的机票，不然就是
是我们系的。我不知道，是我们系只有4个人啊。
对啊。
等一下，老师叫我上传什么？上传什么 YT？ 上传
那个录影吧，录影。
上传录影到
我今天去烫头发
然后所以刚刚开镜头是想要秀一下。
靠腰不是啊，我按到啦。
你可以再开一次。
可以再开一次。
我不想开了。
你可以
再开一次。
我不
要。我给你看我们。
我要。
可以，换你了。
为什么？
看你烫头发，看你烫的头发。
超卷。
卷。
超卷。
哦。
但是它超蓬的，我现在是还有加起来，干嘛不听？
好看。
靠腰。
好看。
觉得好看。
不要看。
觉得好看
吗？
好奇怪。
这样子整个报告又要重弄。
对呀。
好的。好。我们还没有停止录制，我们刚刚那些都会被传到YT。好，我们赶快挂了。
快点挂。
拜拜。
拜拜。
拜拜。